Hello, Johnny Happy Place. This week we're having a pencil project, and this is line drawing project with drawing objects from your daily life. Line drawing means it's not about pristine or precise drawing, it's about keeping your pencil on the paper for as long as possible. And I'm inviting you to go around your house and maybe go to the garden and pick up different objects from different areas. And then you're going to create a line drawing of the collection of those objects all together on one page. And hopefully that will create for you, I put the date here, something like a visual or drawing diary of a day. It's a great practice. If you fall in love with that, you may want to start keeping a sketchbook where you repeat the activity. So have a go. I'm looking forward to see how it goes for you. I know you're very creative with drawings, seen your drawings before, so I'm looking forward to see that. Take care. Bye bye. Okay, let's get started. So you're going to be working on one page. You start with one pencil. If you want later, you can introduce more pencils, for example, softer pencils for some shading areas. But this is very much about the practice of recording daily life and using line drawing, where you try not to take your pencil off the page for as long as possible. It's not about pristine, precise drawings of objects. It's more about having that flow with keeping your pencil on the paper, but also introducing a bit of personal aspect. So I'm going to ask you to collect items from different areas of your house. Collect something from the kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, garden, and then have those objects lay out on the table. So I have some examples here, something from the garden, something from the bathroom, from the kitchen, you know, different items. And it's just about putting the item, each single item, on the table or wherever you're working so you can see it. And then use line drawing, which are, like I said, you're starting from one point and try not to take the pencil off the paper as long as possible. And don't be afraid of going over the objects with the lines. This is what it is about. Those drawings meant to look a little bit wobbly, very expressive, and we will work on them a bit more once it's finished. But the main aim is to have page filled with different objects, you know, drawings, different objects from your daily life. So a little bit like a visual diary recording, but in more artistic way rather than writing what happened in your life. And it's also about, let's look at the objects we're surrounding ourselves with. You know, objects maybe we're just so used to we don't pay attention. So it's good time to look at those objects. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to start with this spoon. There, and then just I'm gonna draw some lines representing where the dark areas would be, but I'm not shading at that stage, that's coming later. Okay, so that's my spoon, and try to hold your pencil like that. So this is called overhand grip, not like writing with the pencil with a pen. So I just realized I have very hard pencil and I didn't want that, so I'm going to swap it. 2B is normally the one I like to work with. That's fine, doesn't matter. So another object, and you know, place them randomly on the page. You're just filling the page. Sometimes take time to observe the object. You know, maybe you haven't paid attention to the object. Yeah, and the next one. So you know, don't be too slow. It's not about that. We will come back to those drawings. Just doing line drawing first. Oh, maybe I'm gonna do this one this way. It's you know, it's about fitting them on the page as well. A leaf from the garden. And it's also about looking more at your object rather than the drawing to get that effect. Okay, just carry on, you know, different objects, position them in different ways. And then you're building up this, you know, page of your surrounding. Brush. Okay, so when you have the page almost full and you know I'm going to fit here more, you can change the size of the objects as well, you know, depending on the size. So here maybe I'm just going to do a little bit smaller. So aim for the page pretty full, maybe some, you know, smaller objects if you have spaces that can fit in, smaller things. Just gonna fill hand cream as well, maybe here. And the next stage will be going back to those drawings, but now you can hold the pencil in more precise way. You may reach for darker pencil and just introduce some shading, you know, where if you want those objects to be more alive. So just make some areas darker. But don't lose the you know, the flow quality of the line. You don't want it to change to precise drawings. You want to keep those initial spontaneous lines. And give yourself time, you know, to complete those drawings. If you want, you can, instead of shading, you can do pattern, like doodling, small doodling on top of the object, just to fill in some areas. You can also use rubber for your highlights. And sometimes, you know, going with the sharp pencil over the edges as well, just to give it more definition, is a good idea. And then, you know, enjoy that time. Go to every single object, look at it for a bit longer now, and just apply some additional areas of dark, mid and light tones. Okay, so I will carry on that because of course this is the time consuming part. Also, you know, be creative, like here with the brush. You don't have to do every single line. This is like a zigzag over a zigzag. And I have a brush here, so I can do very similar indication of bristles. And then when you have the full page, just put the date. Put the date. And this is your visual recording of the daily objects on that day. If you want, and you want to challenge yourself, you can keep a sketchbook and repeat that every day. And then you have a wonderful sketchbook of recording of your daily life objects. Have fun. Let me see what it's like. I will carry on working on this one and take the final photo when it's finished, so I'm going to see it in a minute. Bye bye.